You might wonder who you will be working with at DCS and what your role will be after you become an approved foster home. The following videos will introduce you to those workers and explain a foster parent's role when working with the department.
When you're working with DCS, you will hear many acronyms used as shorthand for titles. There are a few acronyms you will hear often, such as FSW, FPS, and GAL. FSW refers to the family service worker, which is the foster child's case manager. FPS refers to the foster parent support worker that will be a supportive worker to assist you as a foster parent. And GAL refers to the guardian ad litem, which is a court-appointed attorney that represents the best interest of a child or children in a custody proceeding. DCS has many acronyms, and if you are ever in a meeting or conversation and are unclear on the meaning, always feel free to ask them to stop and let you know what the acronym stands for.
I'm going to talk to you today about the roles of foster parent and kinship foster parents. As a foster parent, you will fulfill the following roles throughout your journey: provide temporary care, support birth families, encourage reunification with birth families, provide a nurturing and stable placement for children in state custody, offer and assist in finding a permanent family relationship for children who are not able to return to their own parents, are professional caregivers that partner with the child and family team, and are required to attend post-approval training. As a kinship foster parent, you will fulfill similar roles to the foster parent. What makes kinship unique is that that parent is a relative, close family friend, or someone with a significant connection to that family or child who is providing care for that child in state custody. Kinship foster parents can be 18 years of age or older as long as they are a blood relative. As an adult residing in the home of a foster parent or kinship foster parent, if that adult is a caretaker to the children in foster care, he or she will be required to attend pre-service training. Caretaking is babysitting, transporting, disciplining that child in state custody, and in any of those examples, that adult will be required to complete pre-service training. If the adult is not providing caretaking to the children in foster care, that individual will not be required to take pre-service training, but that individual will be part of the home study process with the family.
Showing a DCS graphic that says Assessment Homes, an important foster care tool.
So an assessment home is a foster home setting, a temporary placement option where formal and informal assessments can occur, which then allows the team to make the most appropriate service level and placement setting decision, the best setting to help attend to the child's needs.
The point of them coming into that assessment home is that that foster parent is ready and able to help assess their level of need so that their long-term placement that they go into is ready to provide for that.
An assessment home can be utilized when a child initially comes into custody. However, it can also be used for a child that has had some placement disruptions.
The value with the Assessment Homes project is that we're able to take a little bit of time, a couple of weeks, and really evaluate the mental health needs, the relational needs, the social needs that some of these kids, especially kids just coming into care or kids that have maybe bounced around a little bit, we're able to be more specific about what they need. We're not waiting on waiting lists to get in to get a psychiatric evaluation for 3, 4, 6 months, right? We're able to go the day that they're placed in an assessment home. We then, within 14 days, are able to turn around these recommendations and these assessments that give us a picture of what's going on with the child. So we're able to start meeting their needs much more quickly.
showing a graphic titled Foster Care Assessment Homes, with a question, who qualifies to become an assessment home? And the answer, the commitment to become an assessment home is a little different than for other DCS foster homes.
We have the interest for our seasoned foster parents, but again, they're typically full at this point. So we're also encouraging new families that are coming through the foster home approval process, in letting them know about the assessment home type that we have, and to see if that's something they would be interested in starting out as, especially those professionals that are already in the field of education and therapy.
Being an assessment home parent is really ideal for parents who maybe have some experience or are able to kind of have that big picture. They might get a placement from a child who had some big behaviors and some things going on, but understanding that, you know, this short-term placement is really meant to help that child have stability throughout their time in care.
Well, first of all, if you have a problem with loving and letting go, assessment home is not where you need to go, because you've got to be able to let them go once that assessment is done and know that you've done your job.
The parents absolutely have fallen in love with some of these kids and have been like, we just want to keep them. So it's not that we don't want the foster parents to build those relationships with their kids, but to understand that their role in the process is more sort of that in between, where we can really build up some skills and some information to help them be successful long term.
You have to be able to say, okay, the assessments have been done, recommendations are in place, time to move on, and another assessment child comes in.
Showing a graphic titled Foster Care Assessment Homes, with a question, is prior foster care experience necessary? And the answer, no. The capability to become an assessment foster parent is individually evaluated for each prospective household.
We have had foster parents that have been fostering for years, but we've also had foster parents that are interested in doing this that are brand new walking into this. And so I think that one of the things that we want to make sure we communicate in that is that whether or not you are a very experienced foster home or you are a brand new foster home that wants to get into this because you see the need, you want to meet the need, is that you are willing to work with the department. You're willing to partner with us in learning how to best serve these kids.
You do have to be a fully approved foster home. However, we do ask that these families take an additional assessment home overview training. It's an online training course, so it wouldn't take very long to complete. But we also ask that the families participate in monthly mentoring coaching calls as well.
Showing a graphic titled Foster Care Assessment Homes with 3 questions. What is different about being an assessment foster parent? What should I expect? What is the training like?
I think if I was going to talk to another foster parent who was considering it, I would probably tell them to expect that this child is going to have significant issues. Be prepared for that. Be prepared for rejection, because that's all part of fostering. All these kids want, most of them, is their families, and be prepared for that, but be prepared to hang in there with them for those 30, however long it takes to get that assessment done.
It's a virtual online training that they have to complete. It's required. But in that training, it's about an hour long, and it gives them more of an idea of what it's going to mean to become a foster parent. What are some things that are going to be needed of them? What are some things to expect in regards to the children that may be coming into their home? And so that they can also then sit back, take it in, and maybe put some more thought and assessment into whether or not that is for them. And then after they complete that assessment, if they are looking to still move forward with becoming an assessment home, and the region is also on board with utilizing them as an assessment home, then we move forward with possible future placements in that regard.
We also provide coaching support to the foster parents. So for the assessment home parents, they have a coach through Harmony that is on call to them to help them work through maybe issues that come up, to talk through how do I approach this with this child. So they have that extra layer of support that you may not get typically in a foster home. And then that coaching support actually continues with that child to their next placement.
We want foster parents that are willing and able to communicate effectively, but also foster homes that are willing and able to accept a wide range of ages. Because the age of a child that's coming in as an assessment home placement can be any age. And then also next to that, we need foster parents that are able to provide consistent supervision. So whether or not the child is at school or not, what does supervision look like for that child outside of where they are daycare school-wise?
A lot of our assessment focuses on what type of caregiving they might need, what type of home environment might support them best. And then even beyond the home, we call it the therapeutic web. What kinds of supports do they need in the community, at school, through their mental health providers, or at Boy Scouts, or whatever they might be involved with. How all of those people become a part of this child's healing and support.
Placements would be 2. Now, they could be 2 assessment home placements, or it could be 1 traditional placement and 1 assessment home placement. And we restricted that amount of placements because, again, these are children and youth that have, moderate to high risk behaviors. So we want attention to be just for them.
They're individualized. Every single kid is getting a very individualized experience in the assessment homes, where we are looking at where are they placed, where are they going, what is the long-term plan for their permanency, and how do these recommendations support them moving in that direction.
We have got several assessment foster home parents right now that have really made wonderful connections with the kids that have come into their home. And so I think that that's one of the things that we also want to make sure is known, is that even though these children may be only coming to your home for 2 weeks to a month, you still have the ability to make an incredibly lasting impact in their life. You have the ability to make that connection with them.
When they asked me if I would become a assessment home, I said, I feel like I've already am. I feel like I've been an assessment home all along. But what makes me do it is I understand the importance of getting it right. I've seen kids bounced around and bounced around and bounced around, and they kind of stay stagnant. They don't get they don't get their needs met when they're bouncing around so much. So I understand the importance of getting it right.
I think that one of the reasons that we really need these homes, especially at this point in time, is that we have children that are in desperate need of foster homes, and in desperate need of foster homes that are able to service their level of need. And sometimes when these children are new to the system, we are not aware of what their full level of need is due to them coming straight from their bio home or a number of other different circumstances. And so we have foster parents that are ready, they're experienced, but it's helpful when we are able to have foster parents that are specifically ready to deal with certain levels of need with our children that are coming in.
My wife and I, in our 21 years as a foster parent, have fostered 27 children. In that time, we've adopted 6 from the foster care system. You may be open to adopting a child from foster care or might be interested in adopting only. Either way, the next video will provide information about adoption.
Hello, let's talk about adoption. Maybe you're here because besides fostering, you are also interested in learning about how the adoption process works. The department is committed to every child in custody having a permanent, loving family. So if reunification with the birth family is not possible, adoption can be the next best option. There are 3 key terms to know about. First is prospective adoptive parent. Prospective adoptive parents are foster parents or individuals who have shown an interest in pursuing adoption, or any family who has been selected as an adoptive match for a child free for adoption in DCS foster care. Next is pre-adoptive parent. These are foster parents who have committed to legally adopting the child placed in their home for the purpose of adoption and providing that child with a forever family. The last term to know is adoptive parent. An adoptive parent is a person who is committed to becoming the permanent legal parent of a child through the process of adoption with all the social, legal rights, and responsibilities of a parent. If you're interested in adopting, it's important to know that the Department of Children's Services does not recruit adopt-only homes. And about 80% of the children who are adopted from foster care are adopted by the families who already are and have been their foster parents. If a child in DCS custody becomes available for adoption, the foster family caring for the child becomes the first option for adoptive placement. Children whose foster families decide to not commit to adoption are featured on websites like adoptuskids.org, heartgalleryoftennessee.com, which features children available for adoption in Tennessee, parentachild.org, which also features children available for adoption in Tennessee, or americaskidsbelong.org for videos of these children and youth. Approximately 90% of the children in DCS foster care who are available for adoption and in need of an adoptive home are between the ages of 11 to 17. Adoptive placement decisions are based on the needs of the child and the family's ability to meet those needs. Finally, families who are interested in adopting only must obtain a home study through a private licensed agency. The home study must not be more than 1 year old. For more information on being an adopt-only home, you can visit tn.gov/tnfosters and contact Karen Chamberlain at karen.chamberlain@tn.gov or 615-741-9858. Thank you, and we're so thankful you're here to continue learning more about how to help the children of Tennessee.